Hi, my name is Jacques Voorhees, and I'm the founder of Icecap, the company that finally makes it easy to add diamonds to your hard asset portfolio. I'd like to briefly share my background because it explains why I started this company. Well, shortly after college, I got bitten by the economics bug. I read everything I could about the Federal Reserve, the gold standard, what money actually is, and how our government was continually debasing our currency. If you're watching this video, you probably know about this subject. But the point is, I fell down the rabbit hole as a believer in hard asset investing. At the same time, which was the late 70s, we had high inflation, much like today. Not surprisingly, diamond investing began to catch on in the United States. But those diamonds were being sold in an environment in which it was very easy to buy a diamond, but not so easy to sell it. There's a well-known axiom that if you buy a diamond today and try to sell it tomorrow, you'll likely lose 50% of its value. Every business publication, up to and including Forbes magazine, has talked about this. Well, I decided that was my life goal, to create a two-way market so investors could diversify their hard assets into diamonds as well as gold. In 1975, I founded a company called Polygon and spent years in New York trying to find a way to make it operational as a diamond trading marketplace for investors. Long story short, I failed. I failed because the needed technology didn't exist at the time. But there's a happy ending. While I gave up on a two-way investor marketplace, I pivoted and turned Polygon into a two-way online marketplace for the diamond industry itself. At the time, this was a revolutionary idea, as nothing like it had ever existed before. Polygon opened for business in the early 80s, and we changed the diamond industry forever. The company grew rapidly, and soon millions of dollars per day in diamonds were being traded on Polygon, and still are today. Even diamond e-tailers such as Blue Nile were founded by leveraging the inventory in Polygon's diamond marketplace at the time. Polygon went on to create diamond e-tail websites for literally thousands of retail jewelers and helped bring them into the 21st century. For doing that, I personally was designated one of the most influential people in the diamond industry by JCK Magazine, the industry's primary trade publication. Well, eventually Polygon spawned competitors, and by 2009, I had finally sold and left the company. Later, I became a consultant and helped form other online marketplaces for private groups such as the American Gem Society, the Independent Jewelers Organization, and even De Beers for their Forevermark brand. So today, I'm known in the diamond industry, I suppose correctly, as the father of online trading. I invented the concept of online marketplaces for diamonds. So why did I decide to form Icecap in 2020? Because blockchain technology and other fintech innovations now made it possible to do for the hard asset investment industry what I tried to do originally with Polygon: create a two-way efficient marketplace for diamond investors. In short, I'd waited long enough and technology finally provided the tools needed, tools that had been missing for 40 years. Anyway, that's my background, and now you can understand why I'm so excited about Icecap. We finally opened the door and made diamonds feasible for hard asset diversification. How? By creating a marketplace that works for the financial community. I won't go into the details here, but the bottom line is it's now easy for investors to sell diamonds, not just buy them. That was always the problem before, and using today's technology, Icecap has largely solved it. But set all that aside, the important question is, why do diamonds make sense in the first place? Sure, they're a hard asset. The hardest asset of all, actually. Over time, they've outperformed fiat currencies in a similar way to gold and silver, albeit with less volatility. But ultimately, what can diamonds do that gold and silver can't do better? It's a good question. In fact, gold and silver can do some things better than diamonds. The market is far broader, deeper, and more efficient for both those assets. But there's one thing diamonds can do better than any other physical asset in the world: deliver portability. You can carry several $1 million of diamonds in your shirt pocket and not know it was there, nor would anyone else know it was there. Diamonds are the most concentrated form of wealth that has ever existed, and they've been used for wealth portability for literally thousands of years. They're not a new invention. They're not some newfangled investment product or the latest Wall Street gimmick. Diamonds have stood the test of time in terms of providing asset portability for literally thousands of years. But why does portability for your hard asset portfolio matter? Probably right this minute, you don't need portability at all. But you're not investing for right this minute. You're investing, or rather seeking ways to safeguard your wealth with an eye to what the future may bring. What might the future bring? We don't know, and that's the problem. Yet even a quick glance at history teaches that economies change, governments change, rules and regulations change, and to be blunt, it's a dangerous world out there. I can't tell today that there will come a time in which portability will become one of the most important characteristics of your hard asset portfolio. But history provides many examples of when that has become the case. Now let's look at where we are today. Under the Biden administration, inflation is running close to 8%. And with that recently passed $1.7 trillion omnibus bill, I'm guessing deficits will be increasing as far as the eye can see. It's actually not a guess. Does anyone believe the Fed won't have to keep printing money like crazy? In my opinion, no one should park a large percent of their wealth in diamonds. But to anyone who believes in hard assets, I'd strongly recommend they consider keeping some of it in portable form. These days, you can make a case it would almost be negligent not to do so. If you agree, Icecap can help you get started. Thanks very much for listening. You can reach us at icecap.diamonds. Thank you very much.